Hello everybody, welcome to the video. Today we're going to be reacting to Vision 2 Reality, the final test. If you guys don't know, Triumph is going to be a new bike in our sport. If you guys didn't know what Triumph is or whatever, make motorcycles in Europe, I believe. I don't know, I can't believe I'm blanking on this, but I think it also England, whatever, all that Europe stuff. And they're coming to America, they're coming to race Supercross, they're making a dirt bike. They unveiled piece by piece the bike. They did like the engine, and then they did something before the engine, then the chassis, engine, all that good stuff. And now we have finally see the full bike in its full form, in the stock form. We're not going to see the factory bike. We'll be reacting to the 3-minute video this is, with Evan Ferry and Ricky Carmichael testing out the bike, giving their thoughts. Obviously they're going to have biased opinion towards the bike because Evan Ferry's going to ride for the team, the factory Triumph team, and then we're also bringing factory beta in, which is for a whole nother video. And then we're also going to have Ricky Carmichael giving his thoughts, and like I said, they're going to be biased because, well, Ricky Carmichael was one of the developers and one of the founding fathers for the Supercross Motocross Motocross program of the Triumph for the factory team and whatnot. So without further ado, I've already talked too much. Let's hop right into it. We're gonna start off with some nasty whips from Evan.
The biggest secret, I'd say, in motocross.
He said it's exciting being part of the biggest secret. I talked over him, so this is my first time reacting to like a video in full time. So we'll see. This is a nice compound, by the way. Look at that. And then they got a Supercross track, and it looks like another Motocross track over there. It looks sick. I like this this layout they got going here. It looks early morning. Evan Ferry and his A-stars. I don't know, he's been kind of mid at the Loretta Lynn's. I'm sorry, but maybe this bike will elevate him to the next level or something.
It's been a long journey. We've crossed the T's and dotted the I's for sure. Basically like a final check.
That's what I was going to say, is they've taken a lot of time and very carefully and used precision with this development. So I'm happy to see how they're doing. And right now they only have the 250. They'll have no 450, but they might have some 450 testers and whatnot come in. But I mean, right here, you're seeing the bike. It looks really nimble from the start, like right off the bat. You can already tell. Like, you've heard about the 2023 and 4 Yamaha come out and be super light, and Eli Tomac looked super successful all Supercross season. That's obviously where these bikes will debut, is in Supercross. So we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, this.
Yeah, guy.
Yeah, guy. Like, I don't understand that. But Evan Ferry and Ricky Carmichael, like I mentioned, down the straight, they look. I don't want to say like power driven. Like, obviously we're seeing the front of them now. You kind of see the full bike here. Look at how thin it looks though. Like, it looks very thin. And obviously this is the stock bike, but I wanted to get a close-up picture or pause point of this front fender right here. I'm not a fan of that at all. It probably gives that nimble vibe to it, is because of how straightforward and thin it is in the first place, which I'm sure is good for the rider and how decisive a rider can be. And as we're gonna see a close up there, the shocks, and there's the front fender. So I mean, it looks sick. The bike doesn't look bad. I love the color black on it as well. What a scrub from Evan Ferry, keeping that one pretty low. And I mean, these bikes look good. I can't really gauge, like, you can't gauge power to power. We're obviously not gonna know. Plus it's the stock bike. They have a lot more to do for the factory bike. So like, we really don't know power-wise, but just like the way that the bike is.
Definitely blown away, especially in stock form. I'm blown away.
Yeah, it's really balanced, and we worked hard to do that.
I'm sure you did, Rick. This whole thing, it's gonna be very biased. Like I said, you're gonna oversell the bike. You're gonna make your opinions very stated, and the bad ones will obviously, you know, not be released in a 3-minute video.
We'll burn a couple lines in this, right?
So we'll burn a couple lines in this.
Yeah, it is good how it pulls coming out of the corner, especially in second gear, and it's loamy today.
I think they found something special for sure with the frame. Like I don't think I've ever felt something like that on a dirt bike.
That's what's also new, is this chassis and frame. It's a lot different than anything we've seen in the sport from what I saw and heard. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks very nimble, and I'm sure, I don't know if you can really explain how a chassis or anything feels like that. It is good to see Ricky Carmichael on a bike, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's cool seeing him still do what he's doing on a dirt bike. It's pretty gnarly. There's Evan Ferry. Obviously, that yeah, Ricky Carmichael's not whipping it like that, but we'll hear Evan Ferry talk about how thin, nimble, lighted it feels.
Dude, like, it whips so good.
It does.
That is part of, you know, you can toss it sideways. Why? Because the bike's less like heavy. You know, it's just light, and so you can throw that thing sideways.
Yeah, it's very nimble. So like when you're riding it, like if you see a line, boom, you could, yeah.
You don't have to be as decisive. You don't have to be as stuck in a line, if you will. You could probably bounce out of a rut a little easier, which is a pro. But at the same time, I'm sure you can find weakness with it. So, I mean, dude, look at that. RC still drilling the corners. That's very impressive and very cool to see. Evan Ferry dragging that back wheel up that one. RC can still throw it sideways. Can't scrub like the young ones, though. The young guns got him on that. But still got good form. Ricky Carmichael definitely stays on a bike, you can tell. It's an overall cool video, in my opinion, actually. Like, you think about it.
I'm excited to get this thing out and rolling. It's been a long time coming.
You think about it. When was the last time we had this much hype around a new manufacturer? What's the last time we saw a bike get built, revealed, and developed by Ricky Carmichael, and you have a young amateur hotshot with a professional dad, Tim Ferry, if you guys didn't know, coming out? Like, this is just sick. It's a 1-in-1. Obviously, you're not gonna, you know, like, you're not gonna see the full thing. It's a 3-minute video for a reason. I'm sure they don't want to give everything they have away just yet, and especially if it's gonna be developed into a factory bike, everyone's gonna go off of what they see from the stock bike. So yeah, that's the video. You guys heard my thoughts on the bike all the way through. So if you guys enjoyed, consider leaving a like, subscribing, and go watch any of the past content. I guarantee you will like it. It's gonna be engraved in your brain forever. Let's see you next time. Deuces.